the sweet moments that so many can share of personal times with Swami, as we've all said today, they're the least of what he is and what he has come incarnated into this life for. As Jyotish was saying, the model of building a new social order, dhyana, the power of Kriya Yoga, transcending all cultures and religions, reaching out, Hriman, the beautiful ability, that inner freedom that can create over 90 books and 8 communities and 400 pieces of music without any sense that this was mine. And Asha, the ability to continue on that seed he's planted in all of us. But what I want to end with our morning is the power of personal transformation, that he, as one little body, is a catalyst for every single one of us, to as many as reach out to him through his books, his music, his words, that power of inner transformation to change is what he has I would have to say, an ability I do not see present in any other spiritual work or teacher in this world today. Often when we're in India or when Swami's here, not often, but occasionally, he'll say, "Would you like to come over and see a movie?" And we say, "Oh, yes, Swamiji, we'd love to." And we know it's going to be one of 3 movies. It's either going to be Bambi, or maybe a P.G. Wodehouse story, or Cinderella. And we've seen them time and again. But you know, that scene in Cinderella, I'm sure you've all seen the Walt Disney classic, where the fairy godmother appears, Cinderella's crying, there she is, and it's almost, we're all Cinderella. We're all divine souls who have lost our way, and we find ourselves as stepchildren. No matter how nice our parents are in our family, we are stepchildren because God and Divine Mother are our parents. And sometimes the experiences in life are cruel. And Cinderella's in the garden sobbing. Her little friends, the mice and birds, have helped her make a beautiful dress so she can go to the ball. But the wicked stepsisters, and that's just the forces of Maya and delusion, that try to keep us bound to this world of sorrow. They rip her gown to shreds, and she has nothing to wear, and she runs out into the garden, and she's sobbing, and she's sobbing, and she said, "There's nothing left to hope for anymore." And how often every single one of us have gotten to that point where the world has torn our dreams to shreds, and we say there's nothing left to hope for anymore. And we cry, but then a hand touches our head, a hand of sympathy and understanding and kindness, and says, "There, dear." And Swami Kriyananda, whether we know him personally or only a face on a television show that we see in Allahabad, and we say, "This is the man who can teach me Babaji's teachings." And then the magic starts. And then what happens? The little mice run out, and the fairy godmother transforms them into a team of beautiful horses. And they go and get an old pumpkin. And they transform it into a beautiful golden coach. And you know, when Ananda, we first moved here, I came in 1969, Ananda was a pig farm. And through the magic of that divine fairy godmother, it's been transformed into a golden sphere of magic and joy and beauty. And then and then he takes the horse, and the horse thinks, oh, what's going to happen to him, and he transforms the horse into a coachman. So everyone moves to their next step. And then Cinderella's watching, and she keeps saying, but, because she's in rags. And the fairy godmother says, go to the ball, dear, go to the ball. And she said, but I can't. And then she looks at her and goes, oh, my goodness. And she touches her, and she's transformed into a being of light. And you all know the rest of the story. But that fairy godmother has come through Master, through Swami, and each one of our lives have been ennobled and transformed and blessed. Surely we, children of this world, could not love by our own powers, could not teach Kriya Yoga by our own powers, could not build communities or write books or sing music or run bookstores or paint beautiful paintings and travel around the world so people can see them. If it had not been for that magnificent power of transformation that lets us feel that divinity, that divine being within our own self, that one little man dragging that old worn-out body, still he comes to this community. He hasn't been here for more than a year. And most of the people who live here haven't really gotten a chance to see him till yesterday when he gave the class. But so many people said just having his presence here, I can feel the whole place is lifted to another plane. And I could see it too. People were coming up to me and said, oh, I have this great idea of a new project, and we can do this and we can do that. And there's a little man sitting in his apartment editing books. But the power to transform, I don't think I'll ever understand it till maybe I become it. We all become it. But the power to change each one of our lives, and through us to change the world. I want to just close. Do all of you know this book, In Divine Friendship? This is the book that's just come out. Kieran's holding one in her hand right now. This is the limited edition. If you don't have one, buy one. It's Swami's Secrets of Transformation for hundreds and hundreds of people. And I thought I would just read one to you that's on the topic we're speaking of. Someone asked him, what is the best way to change others? And he writes back, Master had a great reverence for life and for all of creation, for he saw all things as expressions of God. He was very mindful of the little details in life and trained us to live simply with divine respect for others. It is also important, however, not to try to be another person's teacher unless he asks you to accept that role. The best way to change others is through example and by sincere love. If you can practice simplicity and humility, letting others feel your love for them and your respect, you will have a better chance of helping them to change. So Swami says, if you can practice simplicity and humility, letting others feel your love for them and your respect, you will have a better chance of helping them to change. This is what he has done with his life, with simplicity and humility, with love and respect. As he said yesterday, with tears in his eyes, I see God in every flower, in every breath of the wind. All that exists is God's bliss. And when he looks into our eyes, or more importantly, when we reach up to him with our soul, that simplicity and humility will be forever ours, and we will have the power to, if we receive him, to become the sons of God. This is Swami's gift to all of us, a pearl without price. But as Diana said, let us receive, but let us give and share. And let a great wave of bliss, of blessings and power and inner freedom emerge forth as the legacy of Swamiji's life and of the meaning of Ananda. God bless you all.